Good morning. I'm Jano Lieber, president of MTA Construction Development, and I'm really proud to be here alongside Lieutenant Governor Hochul and a great group of elected officials from this area and from the county to celebrate the reopening of School Street. I have to say, big thank you to the Lieutenant Governor who always shows up, honors us, and these special moments, no matter what other things are going on, she manages to find time and always shows up. So we were grateful that you were here. We are grateful that you were here for the Wyandanch Station opening at the Double Track project, which is an amazing transformative project that's further out on the main line, and we're thrilled that you're here today. I need to acknowledge Nassau County Executive Laura Curran. Thank you, County Executive. Senator Anna Kaplan, who always shows up for third track milestones. Assemblyman Chuck Levine, thank you so much for being here. And Deputy Mayor Stephen Corte, who is representing Westbury Mayor Peter Cavallaro, who has been an extraordinary supporter of this project and a visionary leader in our effort to build bridges between the communities on the main line and this amazing project. This is our fifth railroad grade crossing elimination in the last 14 months, following the successful opening earlier this year of new underpasses at New Hyde Park Road and South 12th Street in New Hyde Park. And last year, we transformed crossings at Urban Avenue in Newcastle and Covert Avenue in New Hyde Park. We have 3 more to go before we hit our final goal of 8 crossings by 2022, and they have all been on time and on budget, which is the principle that we at MTA Construction and Development are bringing to all our projects. I want to recognize at the outset also the work crews from the contractor, Third Track Constructors, and also from our organizations at MTA and at the Long Island Railroad. They're the ones who are delivering these projects on time and on budget, despite the challenges brought on by COVID. These are projects that are getting done on time, on budget, and they're getting done safely. We've figured out, with the cooperation of organized labor and the contractors, how to work safely and how to take advantage of the fact that there is lower ridership to get more done. The Long Island Railroad Expansion Project, also known as Third Track, remains on schedule and within budget, in large part because of that design-build approach championed by Governor Cuomo. And I can't emphasize how important and transformative these grade crossing eliminations, like the one we are celebrating today, are for Long Island. With 200 trains passing through this area daily, grade crossings are a huge problem from a standpoint of safety, from the standpoint of noise pollution, because people are sitting there for a long time and horns are going, and air pollution, idling cars. Now drivers are no longer going to be forced to sit and wait for trains to pass. And you know, the gates are down in the peak hour for about roughly a third of the time. So you can imagine the backups that these grade crossings cause. And we cannot pass without recognizing that this grade crossing was the site of that terrible accident in February of 2019 where lives were lost. And we really need grade crossing eliminations at these dangerous crossings like this one. This project checks every box: increasing capacity by 50%, reducing congestion, protecting the environment, enhancing the quality of life for communities on Long Island who live on the main line. And as I said, with low ridership during the pandemic, this was the time to knock out work faster and have a lower effect on the public. The unique engineering methods that we used here, and some of you are aware of that, helped us to limit the detouring of this grade crossing to 6 months. We're getting it done in the time that was promised, as set out at the outset. There's a lot more to come in Westbury. We're working closely with Mayor Cavallaro and his team, represented today by the Deputy Mayor, as I said. We need to keep this kind of work going to modernize mass transit. The MTA is the key, the cornerstone to our regional economy, and we aren't going to be able to rebound from this pandemic without a strong public transit system. It's essential to mobility. It's essential to economy. It's essential to eliminating inequity in our society. That's why we need the federal government to finally step up and provide the additional COVID emergency relief package that has been kicking around in Congress and in Washington for months and months. The promise of a new administration has brought a great deal of optimism, but the reality is we may face divided government, and we can't let up. All of us here who are fighting for New York can't let up fighting for aid to the MTA and aid to the state and the localities who are counting on aid from Washington to avoid layoffs of emergency personnel like firefighters and teachers and so on. It is really, really urgent. There's no time to waste. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here. And it's my honor to introduce the Lieutenant Governor of the state of New York.
Thank you, Governor. Thank you, Yano, for the incredible work that you and your teams have accomplished at MTA. Let's give them another round of applause because this is a day to celebrate. In fact, I was actually flying in. My commute from Buffalo might actually be a lot shorter than some of the commuters on Long Island and what they have to do. I just came in this morning, but that will not be the case forever because of the work that we're doing and Governor Cuomo's bold vision for how we can transform life for Long Islanders. And that's what this whole vision of redoing stations and making sure that they are worthy of the great communities that call them home, that they're renovated, that we have new innovations in terms of technology and internet access and just comfort, and something that's been missing for far too long. So I've enjoyed coming to many of the new stations opening, plan on coming to any more, but because of your great work, I was thinking, Yana, we should give you a new middle name. OTUB. What's OTUB? On time, under budget. On time, under budget, right? Isn't that what we say? On time, under. That's what not much sleep will give you on a flight from Buffalo, so sorry about that. But great to see Senator Kaplan here as well, and our Assembly Member Chuck Levine. I've had the chance to work with both these extraordinary leaders as they're fighting for these dollars in Albany as well. Also, our County Executive Laura Curran, a true ally of Governor Cuomo and myself in terms of your vision for Long Island and Nassau County and what you've accomplished. Also, I know that we have, I know the deputy mayor here is, I come out of local government, so I always give high praise to our council members and our trustees and our local representatives, as well as Viviana Russell, our council member from the town of North Hempstead. So why am I here today? I love a good celebration. I love a good party. And I love to see engineering feats accomplished that people say were not possible. The whole idea, people have been talking for years about the idea of a third track, the LIR expansion. It was just talk. It was a plan on a shelf. But we decided, our administration, Governor Cuomo says, this island, these people, these communities deserve better. And it shouldn't be such a hassle. So why is it a big deal to even take a crossing and eliminate the need for people to wait there? Because time is time that you get back now. You no longer have to sit there. Think about this. Add up how many more minutes our commuters who used to go through these places would have to wait, and they'll get that back with their families. They'll get back so they can go on a Zoom call. They get that back so they can have the quality of life that everyone deserves. So that's what this is about as well. It's about making sure that we're ready for the 21st century, that we're innovating, we're using technology and engineering feats that are just incredible. Putting people to work. I love projects where we can talk about hundreds of people who come together and accomplish what is thought to be the impossible. And organized labor and the men and women of the LIR and MTA, you are incredible. You work incredibly hard. You care about what you're doing, and there's a lot of pride associated with this. People are going to be proud to know they are part of this story which is transforming Long Island. So this new School Street underpass, as you heard, is the 5th rail grade crossing elimination. The last 2 years, I've been at a number of them. We've actually watched roads change. I come out early on a Saturday morning. I was here with the senator. We did another project. But also, the fact that we were able to not shut down during a pandemic, like a lot of people expected. Of course, you're going to have to be shut down. If you do it smart and you follow safety protocols, you can actually take advantage of the fact that there are fewer riders being disrupted, fewer people on the road who have to deal with shutdowns. We accomplished that during a pandemic. This will go down in history as something that was extraordinary It was deemed impossible, and we got it done. So you heard all the benefits, reducing pollution, reducing hassle. I'm just so excited as a former local official, former member of Congress. These are the kind of projects that make a difference to a community, and they say you matter. And Westbury's on fire. I was able to be here to announce the $10 million downtown revitalization initiative, transformative for this wonderful community, and I'm really excited to be part of many of the ribbon cuttings and groundbreakings associated with that. So I hope everybody's as excited as I am. I think this is great, and it's definitely worth the trip down. And I want to say congratulations to everyone involved who made this dream come true. And for the residents here who've had to put up with some hassle, it's now over. You can get your lives back and get back to normal. So on behalf of Governor Cuomo and many, many grateful residents of this community, onward and upward to finishing the entire expansion. At some point in 2021, we're going to declare this phase over. And they said it couldn't be done, and we did it. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. It's so nice to have good news to announce. I am so delighted by this. Lieutenant Governor, it is always a pleasure. You are no stranger to Nassau County, and we really appreciate you being here. And Jano Otub Lieber, thank you very much. Thank you to the MTA and the entire team, the men and women who did the work to get this done on time and under budget. So very quickly, 3 reasons why this is a great day. As I just said, on time and under budget. And it was real cooperation between the MTA, Governor Cuomo's team, the county team, and the town of North Hempstead team, and the village of Westbury team. Really working together to get this done, not only on time and under budget, but during a pandemic, no less. So that's reason number 1. Reason number 2 is safety. I can't believe it was just last year. It seems like a lifetime ago when 3 people lost their lives. Were hit by a train, tried to beat the train, didn't work out, they died. There had been others before where people have lost their lives, terrible accidents. This will make this much safer for people who are driving by. And then the third reason is the village of Westbury is poised for real downtown revitalization. And this third track project is key. And the fact that it's aligning, the time is perfect. This is wonderful for the village of Westbury. It's wonderful for Nassau County because this is downtown revitalization that will be done right. So I'm very grateful to be here, and I'm feeling very grateful to have some good news to talk about. So thank you.
Okay. We're going to cut the ribbon in just a moment, but I thought since we're all in place, I'd take any questions that maybe folks want, the press wants to offer up at this point. This project is fully funded, and there is no risk to the project. We had to segregate the funds so that and the other principle is stopping projects at midpoint does not save any money. It actually costs you money big time in the end. So we're anticipating that all the projects are going to be done. We're hoping that we're going to be getting going with the Willis Avenue crossings this year, right? So we're going to be finishing up the next couple pretty soon. Other questions? Alfonso.
You talked about optimism for the Biden administration that some of the bottleneck will clear up. Can you talk about that relating to congestion pricing, which I know is also really important to fund capital programs, has been stalled by the Trump administration for some time. Do you expect that pretty soon after President Biden's presidency that you'll have some news on that?
You want to should I?
Well, I feel a lot more optimistic this week than I did last week. There has been a dramatic sea change in our expectations of what's going to come out of Washington to assist New York State. As Governor Cuomo has said, and as President-elect Biden has said, one of the ways out of a pandemic is to continue building back better, using infrastructure and all the jobs associated with that as a catalyst for getting people back to work, particularly people who've been lost a job that may not be waiting for them anymore because there's been significant downsizing. So we're going to continue focusing on workforce development, get more people ready, because we believe that there's going to be an infusion of money coming to the state of New York for many projects, many of the projects that have been jammed up for years. The Gateway Tunnel, for example, Areas of other projects that have been waiting for Washington approval will now be unleashed, but also the funding. And I was an attorney working for Senator Daniel Patrick Moynihan a long time ago, when there was an expectation that the federal government had a role to play in providing infrastructure funding for municipalities. That has not been the case for far too many years, and we're going to adjust that and make sure that they know that they need to support projects that are not just good for the state of New York, but for good for the nation. So we're very optimistic about this.
Add a few. Specific to congestion pricing, we are optimistic. The Trump administration has been sitting on our application to begin implementing congestion pricing in New York for over a year. It's been, they said they were doing it as part of the environmental process, which is kind of unfair or a little bit cynical because nothing is more pro-environment than congestion pricing. But what we've provided them, we've had over a dozen meetings. We're waiting for a ruling from Washington on which track we go down in terms of the environmental process. But once that ruling comes, and we're hoping it comes soon, we'll be ready to go. Congestion pricing is hugely important to the MTA capital program, the historic MTA capital program that was the legislature and the governor set in motion at the beginning of this year, and we absolutely must have it as part of as a cornerstone of reviving that transformative capital program. Okay, good. All right.
You don't get the same brutal questions I always get when I'm doing this thing.
He's our beat reporter for Newsweek.
Yeah, they can stand up there. We gotta make the line at the 10. The live stream, we gotta make our camera line at the 10. Our principal's holding you guys.
Press, if you could step back.
Yeah, let's go fast. He's got nice clothes on. I'm from Brooklyn,
Guys,
so
we
I
gotta be socially distanced. Keep it
Making a line at the tent. They're not making a line at the tent.
I like to be under the tent. Finally.
Definitely if you down with the line going over a little bit more. Everyone, we just want to be spread out.
Right,
socially
they're doing the
distanced.
6 feet thing.
Someone wants to stand in the window here. That would be great.
All right.
Thank you, Jeff.
Somebody have.
Can you hold this? That's a much better
Somebody have the.
on the side door.
A little bit more, would you mind?
Got those scissors. There you go, Leslie Mesnick to the rescue. That's Leslie Mesnick. She's the only reason you got anything. All right, you say somebody. Everybody ready? Ready?
1, 2, 3.
I'm giving you a piece of this. That's a little memento. A little memento.
How are you doing?
Thank you. Anything for you? Good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Have a safe trip back, okay?
Thank you for being here. Really. We